You are learning how to master money, not be a slave to it. And in the beginning, any small victory is what you feel like you need to keep pressing forward. And some of you, unfortunately, want to do that prematurely with trades. I just need that little affirmation, that little nudge. This is going to work for me. I know he said don't push a button. I know he said don't trade, but I have to. Michael, if you could just feel what it feels like to be inside this skin of mine. I got to wake up every day and do this dumb shit and make no money. I'm in a country that doesn't make any fucking money, and I'm in an impoverished nation. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a mother. I can't get a job with my college degree. I dropped out of college. I couldn't afford it. My mom and dad don't do this for me. Look, listen. All that stuff may be true. I had everything stacked against me. Everything. I had no pedigree that had money before me. I had no advantages where people could help me get into certain things, fall into certain, perfect scenarios for jobs. I didn't have any of those advantages. I didn't have this, where somebody's whipping my ass into shape when I'm doing stupid shit. Get me back on the rails. Keep me focused. Let me tell you something. My feelings would not have been fucking hurt because this is exactly how my grandfather talked to me. And I miss it. I wish I could hear that Navy man whip my ass and get your head in the fucking game. Focus on this. What are you looking at that shit for? This is what you're supposed to be focusing on right now. Yes, sir. I didn't have that when he passed away. He didn't see me do this. You have someone in me that proves that we can do this consistently. I'm teaching you how to do it. I'm giving you a mindset, a way of thinking about it, how to conquer your demons, wrestle with them, pin them, beat their fucking ass. But you have to show up and do everything I tell you to do. And everything I tell you not to do, you need to keep it away.
Alrighty, boys and girls. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Tuesday. Say hello in the chat. If you would be ever so kind, hit the like button before doing so. But good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's live stream. It is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. And, man, we are moving in these markets, boys and girls. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Wolf Dubai. Good morning, Kookie. Good morning, Prolific. V's. Estui. Cherry, good morning. Tronics, good morning. Fairy, good morning. Hindsight. Habibis, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Take Profit Tuesday to all those who celebrate. We got market open here in 1 minute, boys and girls. We'll go ahead and jump into the charts. Good morning, Jordan. Good morning, Flint. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Turn the audio down here a little bit. So, economic calendar-wise today, the data from today is not showing up because of the vote in the Senate today. So they're voting to officially either avoid the government shutdown or potentially we will have another at least partial government shutdown. I don't know what time that is happening today, if I'm being honest. If anybody has any information on that, please feel free to share. I'm not sure what time that vote is. Apparently they weren't in yesterday, so that's why it's moved to today. So yeah, that's that. Otherwise, there was originally supposed to be 10 a.m. Red Folder News. So, I mean, are we getting the 10 a.m. red folder news? I actually don't fucking know. Excuse my language, but I guess we're gonna find out, boys. All right, I guess that's the story. That's the moral of the story, is we're gonna find out. Because the thing is, boys, is the more you F around, the more you find out. That's just kind of how it works. And if you don't ever F around, you're never gonna find out. So, we're gonna do both today. We're gonna do both. But diving into the chart, we got a couple things to cover. First of all, obviously, if you weren't here yesterday, you guys missed the rally of a lifetime. We saw price just absolutely soar, basically all day long. Now, we've left behind some big 4-hour inefficiencies on every indice. So you guys can see here, obviously, NQ, ES, pretty big inefficiencies. We stopped just short of this swing high here. We have taken out the previous day high, the previous daily candle. So far in the current daily candle, we've taken out previous day high, stopping just short here of 26,050. And you know, if you're looking at just like the daily chart, I guess there's not really a whole lot. The daily and the weekly, we've kind of talked about this ad nauseum, but there isn't really a whole lot here to cover on the weekly chart, just because of how consolidated it has been in the weekly range. And really, we have the 4-hour and under to kind of work with here to try to make sense of where the next draw could be. And to me, just looking at this, you know, obviously we know just relative premium and discount, how we like to kind of view this market. So it'd be kind of hard for me to continuing trying to long this, to be honest, without there being any sort of sell side manipulation. And this could be potentially as much of a correction as we could see as a rebalance down to 50% of these ranges before seeking that potential, those higher prices. So that is kind of just the original, or I should say bias in the early going here would be this logic, to be honest. So that makes me probably a little bit more bearish here in the early part of the morning. And given that's what we're kind of getting here as well. So that's going to be the thought process here until we at least see a drive down to rebalance and take out some lows at least. As we can see, we're already dumping here at the open. Already getting a little dumpy here at the open. Oh, boys. Below Asia low currently. So, yeah, I mean, as far as like the overnight rate trading goes, obviously pretty consolidated. We have traded now down below Asia low on NQ as well as ES. There's obviously much lower that we could drive down into. If we're looking at, let me look at real quick. Let's take a peek at regular trading hours, see what we look like here. It's the 15 hourly. Okay. The hourly gap here as well as in regular trading hours. Mark that out. So feeling a little bit more bearish, I guess, is the moral of the story, boys, as we roll into this. But yeah, if anybody has any information on the government shutdown vote today, let me see if I can look it up and find it. Or actually, real quick, I don't know if this bot will tell us. This bot in the Discord started working again. Didn't have to do anything with it. Will this tell us or no? Probably not until like it actually happens. So I don't know. We might have to be on the lookout, boys. We could be in for some headlines to come out this morning. I'm not sure what time that vote is supposed to happen. TBH. Wow, we're just dumping here. Meanwhile, we got Dow Jones going up. Dow Jones trading higher. We got NQ and ES trading lower. Good morning, everybody. We got the poll in the chat right now says 44% higher, a little bit more bullish than bearish, really. For those of you guys that voted higher, voted bullish, are you guys bullish after we correct, or what was the thought process? Blind Nico, are you in shorts already? Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Tyler, I'm having a problem. I hit daily drawdown. What? Daily drawdown limit on my funded daily select account yesterday. Now I can't log in. You hit your... I'm confused here. My funded daily select yesterday. Now I can't log in. Yeah, I mean, Chucky, I hate to be this guy. I am not customer support for TRADEIFY. So I'm not sure how I'm going to help you with logging back into your daily account. If you did not hit max daily loss, well, if you hit max daily loss today, then you're blocked from trading for the day. If you hit it yesterday and you still have room left before max losses hit, then you should be able to trade and you should hit up support. Scrambled eggs. What's up, blueberries? I had some scrambled eggs last night. Bullish to previous weekly high. I mean, I'm bullish overall, but as far as this morning goes, I feel like we got to see some correction here. Which we are getting now. It's just going to be a question of do we rebalance all the way to 50%? If there's one thing that we've learned about NQ, we can't underestimate how much this is willing to manipulate down here in the early part of the morning. So the crazy part is a move down to 50% would be just obviously a big move, right? It'd be a 1% down move. But yeah, man, so it doesn't sound like anybody in the chat also has any information on the vote today. Let me see if old Google will give me the answers. When in doubt, Google it out. Sounds like something my ex used to say. All right, what time? I mean, there's a couple like live coverages of it, but it doesn't tell me. It doesn't really tell me. It is kind of sounding like, though, that the government is actually shut down as of this very moment, though. What time is it? What a time to be alive, boys. We got tariffs, we got Epstein, we've got potentially our second government shutdown within like 2 weeks. Well, I can't say even potentially. It is another government shutdown, actually. That might only last a day, but yeah, I guess the government shut down again. I guess until they vote on it later today, and then it might reopen. I don't know what that means for the data that was supposed to hit today. So yeah, I guess we're flying by the seat of our, you know what. Good morning, Melda. 1 p.m. Anthony. Okay. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't really see. I just see like a couple like live coverages of it. I don't really see like a scheduled vote or anything. I was just wondering if we're gonna get like this 10 a.m. red folder news, but not sure it really much matters here. Data? What data? Yeah, nothing to see here, folks. Don't even worry about it. All I'm noticing right now is that we got YM trading higher, while NQ is dumping and ES is basically staying unchanged. What's up, the movement? How's South Africa? Do we got Soné in here? I think Soné said she's from South Africa as well. I don't know if I saw her in the chat or not. We got some South Africans in here. U.S. government is currently partially shut down as of apparently we're in another partial shutdown. I guess I didn't realize because the news. I mean, we got the data yesterday. But then I thought we avoided the government shutdown, but then I didn't realize that was the House vote. Now we need the Senate vote. Politics, bro. Politics, bruh. Bro, YM is flying. All right, so we've taken out this regular trading hours internal range liquidity, and it's an hourly gap on regular trading hours. Obviously for yesterday. So that's the only thing I'm wondering. I'm like, are we really going to get this 1% sell-off all the way down here to rebalance? I don't see why we couldn't, but I could also understand that we wouldn't necessarily need to, but I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. Well, boys, so far in February, we've seen straight up at the open yesterday, straight down at the open today. How about that? Uno reverse. $15-minute candle close in 2 minutes. Yeah, I like upside. I like upside overall too in the higher time frames. Just don't really know how far this is going to drop. Oh, wow. All right, lower we go. Holy shnikes. There we go. 80-point candle in less than 30 seconds. All right. Hope nobody turtle soup longs here. RIP if you did. RIP if anybody turtle soup to long right there. Don't worry. We'll remember you with honor as a man who went down swinging. $460. I really wouldn't want to see it to go too far below the 600. Potentially, like, what would OTE be of this range here? I'm just kind of eyeballing this 50% level, but really this area would be where I'd want to obviously see us hold, find support. I am DQ, yeah. I'm going to be loading up on Apex accounts. The deal ends tomorrow for the 90% off. Maybe, if we're going to have data, maybe I'll do the... if we're going to have data, that's a big if right now because I guess we'll see. But if we're going to have data, Maybe I'll do an NFP full port Apex evaluations like what everybody loves to do. At least with a couple of them, you know what I mean? Might as well. Only $19. Just do a little buy stop, sell stop action. Melda says, I short. Are you short right now, or are you short from up here somewhere, Melda? 10 one way, 10 the other. Yeah, something like that, pretty much. No NFP. Yeah, I know. If the government shutdown doesn't happen, then we're, or if the government shutdown doesn't give voted the right way today, then we probably won't have NFP. So, yeah. This is obvious. Oh, it's off the calendar right now. They full-blown took it off. But will they add it back? Depending on how the vote goes today. We'll have to wait and see. Tyler, when you're bored, backtest what happens when New York opens on previous day high after London traded above it. Basically guaranteed vertical sell-off. When it opens on the previous day high after London traded above it, he says it's a guaranteed vertical sell-off. So what you're telling me is on those days, you could have a blind strategy of sell the open? Is that what you're telling me? What's the data on this? What's the data on this, Judas Joe? Give me some percentages. You do have that strategy? Well, I figured since you brought it up. Kelvin, I guess we're already in another shutdown, yeah. We rallied for a while, yeah. Can we just have normal shit, bro? Can we just get back to normalcy a little bit? This is crazy. We are officially one full year plus into Trump's second term. When does the normal get? When do we get back to like a normal calendar, really? Is this going to be V-shaped recovery, boys? 1 minute fair value gap inverse, or a trap? We have not quite got the 50% of the range from yesterday, but we have traded into the 4-hour gap. We have traded into the 4-hour gap here. I definitely like higher. Drop here. Macro is about to start here in the next minute. I'm just framing this up. I might wait a little bit. I'm going to wait a little bit on this. If we can confirm and keep driving up here, I like jumping in, adding, or finding an entry here for longs. But there's just a little bit lower we could go yet. So I'm a little bit hesitant because of that. So the 4-hour gap, yeah, we hit it on E-mini, Tyler. We haven't hit it on micros, so that's probably what you're seeing. We have not hit it on micros. We have hit it on E-mini. So I was just pointing that out, but like I said, still have lower we could drive here. See if she holds, boys. The real question is if we get this immediate disrespect and we're expecting another drive lower, are we expecting just a shallow drive below this recent low? Or should we be looking to short? Hop on board with this trend here, Char. Should we be looking to short it, Char? You know, how risky are we feeling here? Char. Let's see. I'm watching ES closely here. I want to see ES inverse. If we can inverse on ES as well, I think I'm going to give this a try. We reclaimed it on NQ. Didn't inverse on ES. I don't know. Wait a little bit here. She might just sell right off. She might. We'll see. But I think safe to say we're not getting 10 a.m. red folder news then. I think we can say that then. We can finally consider that a done deal. Higher time frame bullish? Yes. Indeed. Oh. I'm gonna wait for this candle closure, but if we get this inversion on ES, I'm gonna try the short on NQ. As long as we're, you know, giving a nice bearish close here. All right, we're crawling now. Nothing yet. What would the RR be just to this new week opening gap? It's almost a 2R. Could just go for like a fixed 2R here depending on where we get entry. She's a wild one. She's a wild one. Okay. See, like, How am I gonna market execute after that candle, bro? You shitting me right now? Retrace a little bit for the love of fuck. Literally the last 5 seconds of this candle, we jump. Crazy. 24 points. Get out of here. Get it. Maybe we'll leave a gap behind and tap it. Idea isn't valid. I wouldn't say the idea isn't valid at all. We just validated it here, but it's just this entry, like a market execute from here to here, an extra 25 points on the stop. Just that would have felt like a freaking chase, to be honest. That'd be kind of just unfortunate. I don't know how many times I can get left behind in different various ways in a 3-week period. If I had a dollar for every trade I got left behind on, I'd be the richest trader on planet Earth. Gah. Gah. Past your Apex, nice. Congrats, DQ. Bro, fuck me, man. Come on. Full intention was to market execute here. Or execute at the close of this candle, but that's just lovely. Damn it, Kev. The heck? No, Felix, I am framing higher prices, yes, but we're talking about this rebalance to occur first. So bearish initially. I do want to be bullish after we get this rebalance, which we're very close to doing. We're trading into the new week opening gap high as well. So this trade's going to be considered missed as well. Trading, bro. Yeah, this is the micro chart right here. It's a little bit different on the E-mini if you're looking at price levels. All right, we are tapping the new week opening gap high. If you caught the short, congrats, bro. I'd have been break even there. So I'm not going to be entering this trade if it does pull back here. Left it behind, chat. Once more. But that would have felt like a chase, man. Wanted to see this inverse on ES as well. And literally the last 5 seconds, we just jumped down too much for me to market execute that. I mean, literally. Yeah. Not that you could have done it, but type shit. Well, Luker, I guess I'd rather be too stingy than the other way around, but Get left behind sucks. Oh, man. Type 1's in the chat if you guys went short here, though. Dang it. Mare she blows. This market is ridiculous. Type 2 for long. Yeah. Yeah, if you went long and got liquidated, now the question is, chat. I mean, now we're rebalanced, right? So the $1 million question is, do we find support here to then seek internal to external higher prices? Or is this government shutdown going to lead to this entire move up yesterday being like one giant manipulation, and we actually see lower after all? This weekly chart is just the most horrendous thing to look at. That is the question, boys. We will see. You will never get this. You will never get this. We will. We will. Jake says lower. Yeah, type 3. Type 3 if you've already blown an account today trying to long this. No judgment. No judgment, chat.
You know, and I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying everybody else is gonna.
This is a safe place. Been short since the open. All right, take profit. What? So we got a few threes in the chat. We got a few brave soldiers. Tom, Bobby, great company. Sin Seller said 5. I don't know what that means. Hey, I salute you. A captain always goes down with a ship. Anthony, are you a renter or finance? Oh, are you asking if I'm a homeowner? I'm not a homeowner, no. All right, getting a little bit of a rejection here now, finally. Margaret. How are we doing? Dang, boys. What an open. What an open. Just letting some structure build up here. A wee bit. Tell me why. Yeah, I see YM. YM looks like a heart attack. YM looks like a heart attack right now. Yeah, that was a nice short, boys. That was a nice short. Yeah, how far are we down since open? So we got that over 1% sell-off. 360 points since open. Damn. Voted Trump. Who? Who did that?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Who would have done such a thing? Couldn't have been me. Habib. I wish I knew what you were saying. But then again, I actually, nah, not really. I actually don't. No habla. Whatever that is. Oh, what's up, T-Money? T-Money, can you get the government reopened, would you? Tyler, why are you short? I'm not bearish anymore. I was only bearish to this 50%. And now we got to wait and see if we find support or not. It could fail. We could, you know, we could fail. London high could in some world be the high of the week here, and then we just see market die. Flash crash. Get us on our way to that quarterly gap and monthly rebalance. You know what I'm saying? It could be possible. It could be possible. But yeah, first idea here would be like to be bullish out of here. If we can find support. Tyler, bro, man, I'm getting annoyed a little bit. I got left behind again. Let me explain. Framed this beautiful short. Framed it, right? We identified this as likely inducement for early buyers to get ran over. When this sold off, Tyler, if you're just joining, I said, okay, here we go. We had ES holding this gap right here. I said once ES inverses here as well as NQ reclaiming, I'll enter shorts. So the trade was going to look like this. Oops. Trade was going to look like, you son of a bitch. Trade was going to look like this. And then like in the last like 5 seconds of this candle, we jumped down like another 25 points. So I was going to market execute and just felt like this was too much of a chase. Trying to get a little bit of a retrace back up. Nope. Missed it. Yeah. Literally AM session. If you're not willing to chase your shit, you're gonna be shit out of luck. But boy, is it, you know, gay. Quick 1-to-1. Yeah, I know. I got a bad habit of wanting like 1.5 R plus. Not really a bad habit. It's just a habit that sometimes prevents you from taking some trades. But yeah, you know, if I could have a TP for every trade that I frame up, I'd be richer than Jeffrey and Old Man Jenkins. You were short Bitcoin? Oh, God. What is Bitcoin doing? Yeah, it's going to be a cold winter, boys. It's time to put the crypto portfolios away and not look at them again until further notice. He likes them bigger. But hey, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Based on my trading style, if I was a woman and I was interviewed by a street interviewer, like in Miami or something, and they're like, "Oh, how much minimum does your man need to make?" I'd probably say something like, "Oh, it got to be at least, it got to be at least $500,000. At least, jeez. Based on risk reward." But he's not okay with a 1-to-1? Oh. Oh, man. Listen, boys. I got a question. Thought daughter or son who is a negative risk reward trader? Good risk management. Well, that's the thing, Luke, is nobody cares about that. Everybody only cares about the result, so. Gason wasn't even one of the options. Unless you guys are saying Gason is the negative RR trader. Because then that makes sense and that's funny. Gee. Dynamite says, "No kids, but if you got thought daughters, send them." Shooter's gonna shoot, man. Oh, man. I just fogged up my glasses. I think the funniest answer I've ever heard to that question, gay son or thought daughter, is who cares? It's free head either way. Oh. Yeah, kind of interesting plot twist on that one, but that is probably the funniest answer I've heard to that question. Don't shoot the messenger. It's not my answer. It's not my answer. I'm just telling you what I heard. Oh, man. 1-to-1 is goated? I guess so. It was a little over 1-to-1 for this, but yeah, I guess the real answer is just a greedy little piggy. I am. My stop could have been here too, probably. Not here. I guess I'm just a greedy little piggy. Always wanting a little bit more for my troubles. Greedy little piggy. Peace out, Judas Joe. Yeah, the shorts were free and clear. God, it sucks too when you frame it up like that. It does exactly what you think, and then you just find a way to shit the bed. Wasted op. Wasted op. Short bias, premium and discount, Jose. That's why I was surprised when the chat was, well, now the chat has flipped to lower, go figure. But initially this morning, before this move happened, the chat was voting for a higher. And we just had all of this imbalance left on the 4 hour. So even if you are bullish, it'd be reasonable to suspect a retrace. And you'd want to see that, right? If you're long, you want to see a manipulation the other way first. Would be interested if we got this. It might not happen yet, though. Just framing it up. Plan here is really going to be just waiting. Let structure form inside of this OTE range. And then wait and see if we get a structure shift, changing the state of delivery to the upside. May have to be patient, though. 10-17 right now. Yeah, it might just chop a little bit here for 30 minutes. Man, oh man. Yeah, man, free shorts. I'm a little bummed out that it played out the way that it did. Why did it have to jump down the last 5 seconds? Why did I not front run it? All the questions you ask yourself when it goes to your target without you. Why did I not just execute it a little bit differently? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's the worst part about it, boys, when you should all over yourself. Should have done this, should have done that. Bottom line is you didn't do it. It's time to move on. Yeah, shout out to the Bears. Shout out to the Bears. Now the real question is, Anthony, you said the shutdown vote is at 1 o'clock. Do I recall that correctly? If you're still in the chat, I guess. Good discipline, though. Thanks, Kev. Thanks. I like to think so, but I guess the honest reflection is what feels better, good discipline or green P&L when your target gets hit? You know, you get it. W discipline, I'd rather have the green P&L. God. According to Grok? Oh. Well, let me get a second opinion then. Let's ask old ChatGPT. ChatGPT says, and I quote, the U.S. Senate convenes Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. There are 2 roll call votes expected at about 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Additional votes at about 2:15 Eastern this afternoon. Interesting. So I guess tentatively be on the lookout for like 11:30/2:15. Meanwhile, you got Dow Jones still respecting that 15-minute bullish gap. No change in this day here. This would be our level. This high put in a new low, so this would then become your bullish breaker. And change in the state here. We'll wait for that. I'm not in this chat, by the way. This is just a long tool. I'm not in this trade right now. Your boy's flat on the day. Unfortunately. Should be green as fuck from the short, but Anthony, bro, I literally was planning to market execute. I just wasn't anticipating a 25-point drop in the last 5 seconds of the candle, bro. I had every intention to market execute, bro. My hand was over the sell button. Go rewind the stream. My mouse was just sitting here waiting. And then we tanked within the last 5 seconds. I'm like, get a little pullback back up here. Come on. Don't do that to me. Wasn't meant to be. Moral of the story, I guess, is in this current climate, market execute no matter what. I don't care if that candle tanks 100 points. You hit the fucking market sell button. It is what it is. Let's not dwell on it, though. Nothing we can do about it now. The idea was right. If you did what we were talking about, I mean, it paid off for you, so. Moral victories. Just think of me when you have your firstborn child. That's all that I ask. And hit the like button. Those 2 things. That's all I ask. Just name your firstborn son after me. You know, nothing crazy. I'm not asking for a lot. And or hit the like button. Those are your 2 options. Hit the like button or firstborn son named after me. Fair deal. I think it's a fair trade. What do you guys think? You know what's crazy? My dad told me one time that my mom at one point wanted to name me something like really, like just really disgusting, like Xavier or something. Can I? Xavier trade? Gross. Well, you know, like, gee, what was she thinking? She's like, let me come up with a name for a white guy that would just delete all of his aura. You know, I just don't look like an Xavier. You know what I mean? X trades. Yeah, I'd probably have to do that. There's got to be somebody with that name, though, right? Somebody has to have X trades right now, I would think. Debbie goes so he can get beat up at school. Oh, who knows? Maybe it would have been a good thing. Maybe it would have been a blessing. Jeffrey, yeah, Jeffrey would have been, that would have been good. My name is Jeff. For some reason, when I picture the name Xavier, I just picture like a slender African American gentleman who just happens to be fucking great at hoops. Like I'm picturing like a 6'6" skinny African male who plays center in the NBA. And he wears like the when he plays basketball, he wears like the safety glasses. Don't ask me why, but that's what I think of. Which is good, you know what I mean? That's fine. Buddy can hoop. Buddy can absolutely hoop. Who's this Debbie? Debbie's, what do you mean? Debbie's one of the OGs of the channel. Debbie's good people, Anthony. Debbie's good people. ICT on Tanya's stream. Yeah. I was definitely born the wrong gender if I wanted ICT on my streams. It is what it is. I'm definitely going to have to start market executing no matter what. If I want ICT, if I want ICT on my streams here. What's up, Yash? You have a Spanish friend named Xavier. Meanwhile, you're saying that a child named Xavier will get beat up in school. Debbie, you're gonna have to tell him. You're gonna have to tell Xavier that they call him Javi. Definitely don't look like a Javi. Thanks. That's probably the nicest thing someone has said to me all week. Thank you, Debbie. This 5 minute looks almost a little bit cleaner. What would old CISD here? I wonder if we could even go. I'm wondering if going for like a 2R fixed would be asking too much. Obviously, it shouldn't be if we actually are going to maintain bullish on the higher time frames. No can do, Anthony. Haven't you noticed from my trade executions, I'm a greedy little piggy? It's all mine. It's all mine. How many winning streak would you have if you just stay at 1-1? I mean, I'm flat on the week, dog. The risk reward really doesn't matter to. I mean, it hasn't really mattered. I just haven't market executed for one reason or another. Yesterday I used a limit order. Today I just reacted too quick right at the close of that candle. Oh, I know what you're putting down, Anthony. Trust me. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Did you not trade yesterday PM? I did not. No. Nope. Felt like we had kind of slowed down, and I didn't really expect us to have like a big correction in the PM session. And I actually kind of expected more so accumulation and chop, which I would say is what we got. So yeah, man, I'm flat on the week, unfortunately, man. Two winning trades that we framed out, and I guess yesterday would have been a break even regardless. But I'm gonna be thinking about the short today for like probably a solid couple of hours. If we don't get a good long back up, I'm gonna be thinking about that short. I'm just gonna be thinking about it. Of nightmares, PTSD. You guys ever have that? You miss just like this beautiful move that you framed up, and then you just sit there and gotta think about it all day long. Retain, don't go anywhere. Retain, you sick son of a gun, don't go anywhere. I am waiting on CISD, yeah. 5-minute CISD, 1-minute CISD, something. Obviously, we're just kind of waiting here because objective to reach for sell side has been taken. So really, we're waiting to see if we find some support in here. Obviously, if we continue displacing down, then perhaps we'll have to totally shift our focus toward this low, to be honest. But we won't jump to conclusions until we have to. Still not rebalanced on ES. We'll stick with the so I guess I say all that to say that I'm sticking with the long bias, you know, for now, until this area fails. I really don't feel like it should if we're going to go higher. And if we do get this trade, I probably will go for a fixed 2R, just because the mindset will be, you know, this is an internal to external range idea. You know, so I'd plan on shooting for that, and then break even would just be like this 50% of today's range. 10:33, new 30-minute candle here. Looks like it's probable that we could be waiting until market, sorry, next macro. Could be waiting, chat. Could be waiting. And a sweet, sweet, sweet victory, yeah. Oh man, oh man. Well, chat. What do you guys want to do to pass the time here? Karaoke? Duck race account giveaway. Listen, I gave away a lot of accounts the last 2 weeks. A quiz about Israel. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess we could talk about happenings in the world, huh? What would be something really important that we could discuss? Any ideas? I'm kind of just speechless, to be honest. Not on the Epstein list. I was not invited. Your Mexican cousin, Nick Fuentes? I do. I actually just ordered some merch. I ordered some Fuentes merch. What's my take on ICE? That they are doing what we voted for them to do. All I know is if they want to keep up with Obama's deportation numbers, they got to step their game up, because I think we're actually still far behind Obama's deportation numbers. And that is a plot twist that's, let me see if I can find this here quick. That is a plot twist that I was not expecting. We need mass deportations ramped up ASAP, boys. Let's see here. What is the, how do I prompt this? Obama total deportation. I'm just going to do this. Obama total deportations versus Trump, I guess. Oh, really? It's just going to give me like a... All it says is saying Obama's total deportations over 2 full terms are generally much higher than Trump's first term totals. It's breaking him down based on like border and not border. But yeah, dude, it is crazy. Obama's literally, I'm just looking at the numbers that ChatGPT gave me. The numbers are over double. I don't know Obama had motion like that. Stolen lands. Well, stolen and conquered, it's kind of the same thing. I do find it funny though, that argument. All these people. Yeah, have you guys ever seen, like, the Nelk Boys did a funny video about this, where they like went around to houses and they brought like a bus of illegal immigrants, and they had people like signing a petition or talking about, you know, oh, do you guys think that we should be deporting these, you know, illegal immigrants? And they're like, no, absolutely not, absolutely not. They're just looking for a, you know, higher quality of life, better place to live, et cetera, et cetera. And they're like, oh, so you're in support of us, like, supporting them and whatever, and letting them stay here. They're like, yes, of course. And then like, all right, boys. And then they're like, oh, do you want to have them stay with you? And then they're oh, no. And then they go and shut the door, lock it. So it's all funny. Like all these people, like even at the Grammys talking about like, oh, nobody's illegal on stolen land. It's just like, okay, sitting up in your ivory tower, your multi-deca $1 million mansion in Beverly Hills, would never, ever, ever let somebody come stay with them. Like, oh, put your money where your mouth is. You know what I mean? House these people then. Yourself. You won't do it. It's just it's all virtue signaling. The bottom line is, boys, no nation can survive if you have open borders. It's just the reality of it, boys. Tough shit. Tough shit. The bottom line is the law was broken when they came here. Accountability is tough, boys. So that's my opinion on ICE. Hope that answers your question. Andrew Wilson on Rogan. I haven't watched it yet, no. I saw a couple clips. Trump's not even... Yeah, that's the crazy part. Killing people to do it. Listen, man. I'm assuming you're talking about like that Renee incident in Minnesota. You know, obviously we don't want people to get killed, but you can't be just pulling up on law enforcement. The other part that's not talked about with that whole incident is the fact that the guy that pulled the trigger not too long ago was actually in a similar altercation in which he actually was not only ran over by a vehicle, but then was drugged by the vehicle for, I forget the distance that they said it was, but he was drugged by a vehicle after getting hit by a vehicle and was hospitalized and sustained a bunch of injuries, you know. So you got to think, dude, it's not an easy job. It's easy for us to sit here from the comfort of our homes and cast judgment for this, that, and the third, whether it's just a police officer or ICE agent, whatever. But you got to think, dude, when you're out there doing that shit, like your life is kind of on the line, right? Because you never know what could happen. You obviously are not only chasing or looking for illegal immigrants, people of which some are violent criminals. Who knows what lengths they'll go to not be caught, right? And that could mean, taking the life of an agent. And then you got people that are obstructing that. It's just, bro, there's no fucking common sense. It's silly. So yeah, I mean, we don't want to see innocent people get killed, but bro, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like, it'd be intellectually dishonest to say that the intention of ICE is to try to like harm innocent people. That's not the point, bro. So, I get it. It sucks, but like I said, play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So. Am I Jew? I'm not. I was thinking about we were talking yesterday about like what kind of funny props would be funny for stream here. I was thinking about what is the hat even called? I've always called it a yarmulke. I don't even know. Is that even the right name for the hat? What is the Jewish hat? A kippah. Why did I think? Or yarmulke. Oh no, that is the name. Yarmulke or kippah. Yarmulke is Yiddish. Kippah is Hebrew. I was thinking about getting a kippah, but then again, I might get canceled if I do that. So. Yeah, man, I would say with the whole ICE stuff, I mean, ICE stuff, law enforcement in general, I mean, just think back to, like, the George Floyd incident. And then all of a sudden you got all this, like, police brutality and, this big uproar about, like, this narrative that's being cast that white officers are just flat out killing unarmed black individuals. It's just, bro, the media is the biggest enemy, man. it totally twists and shifts a narrative that and creates problems that aren't even there. Surname is Trades. I think it's Polish. No, Trades. If that was a name, that'd be a Jewish last name, wouldn't it? I did see a bro. What's the new PCs with the graphics card that has like a display inside the PC? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I saw a video yesterday. I sent it to one of my group chats. This PC had like I forget what the graphics card was, but anyway, he had an Israel flag on the graphics card in the PC. I thought that was funny. I sent it to my buddies, and I was just like, finally, a PC that can never lose a trade. Tyler, the way you fade trending conditions needs to be studied. LMAO. King Cozy, the way that you say things that make no sense needs to be studied. What? How? Can you please tell me how I'm fading trending conditions right now? King Cozy, you super bright individual. Can you explain? I would like to know. Did I ever fix my PC? I haven't had issues with it, knock on wood. So I don't know. I literally don't know what I did. It just finally stopped giving me issues. For now. But you know what's weird though? Now, I did have to switch monitors. The one that I was like showing on my stream. I was using my 4K monitor. But now my 4K monitor, bro, I'm not gonna lie, this 4K monitor is kind of ass. I got an LG Ultrafine, and that actually still kind of has some issues. Like, it's a little bit laggy if let's say like I have like a YouTube video playing on it or something, it's a little laggy. So now it's like, now my 4K monitor is just used for charting, like my extra charts. The trend is bullish, this guy says. King Cozy, I'm assuming you weren't on here when we framed up this short from here to here. My hairline close up? What do I win? Uh, 11 a.m. macro starting shortly, boys. If we get this 5-minute change in the state, I will look for the move back up. Cover dweller. We were just wasting some time here as we're letting market kind of form some structure. Damn. All right, we're getting the change in the state of delivery here. Do I just market execute at this rate? I think the answer is yes. Watch it actually retrace now because I market executed, but I'm in this long, guys. Start of the macro here as well. Stop at the low, and I'm gonna try to target a 2R. I'm thinking. Break even is going to be this 50% retrace to the... I'm just going off regular trading hours. There, I market executed. You happy? Giving up 17 points. 18 points. Fucking 18 points, damn it. Those are valuable points. Targeting nothing. Well, if we're bearish, I would expect us to come up here, rebalance, and then probably sell off. So that's my break even. But just keeping in mind that this, if we're truly doing like an internal to external range, like heading back towards like these relative equal highs at 26,040, then, you know, I would expect you could potentially run it all the way up to here if you wanted, but I'll just take my 2R so I don't have to sit in this all day. Oh, nice. Should have used the sell limit or buy limit. Thanks, Chad. Market executing is a scam. What's the difference between a feminist and a knife? The difference between a feminist and a knife? I'm not sure. You ever come to Dearborn, Michigan, you will become a kebab. Yeah, that sounds like great. Those sounds like great people I'd like in my country. Definitely don't want them deported. The whitest thing on a black eye? Probably his palms. Right? Mocha, welcome. All right, boys. We got our patient hat on. We entered on a 5-minute chart, so... Yeah, this will probably be a pretty patient trade, to be honest. Unless we're just absolutely wrong and it obliterates lower. Gaming Ace, welcome to the VIP room. I think you'll find that we've accommodated you nicely. Thanks, Chino. Brian, am I doing a giveaway today? Oh my God, Brian, I'm doing so many giveaways today, bro. So many giveaways. Worst thing you could do would be to leave the stream. Let's see. Let's check the likes. We'll do a giveaway if we got enough likes. 84? No, never mind. Oh, man. Can't trade today still? First trade, I mean, yes and no. Framed up the short before. And maybe you have to go rewind and watch if you want to see what happened there. But this is my first entry, technically, yeah. Hourly going to close here in a minute. Fortnite or Clash? Yes to Fortnite, no to Clash. New hour. What did you want for a career as Lil Tyler? You're looking at it. I wanted to be a battered day trading live streamer. I wanted to be a used and abused day trading live streamer. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly can't tell if my copy trader is working. My P&L is not moving at all on them, but I am entered on my leader account, so I'm just gonna assume that I'm in for now. What's up, Nasty? Crypto portfolio is bleeding, and with all this Epstein's thing, I don't. Oh, bro, I know. I'm with you, man. Mine's bleeding as well. Yeah, I'm seeing the stuff about like Epstein potentially being behind Bitcoin. All I can say is ride or die. Yeah, no, I'm on micros for everything. Sometimes there's only been like one other time or two other times. This has happened before though, where it's like kind of glitched, where it just like doesn't update the P&L, but it actually is copy traded. We'll see. I don't know. I'll have to. I think I'll have to reestablish the connections here to see for sure. But I don't want to like disconnect them right now, because if I do that, then it probably will close the trades. At least that's what I'm afraid of. But Aman, you know the answer. Yeah, Nasty, I guess if it all goes to zero, I think of, have you ever seen that clip of Dan Pena? You know what I'm talking about, that old like billionaire guy? Where he's just like, I know who's behind, this is like years ago. He's like, it's not some Japanese man in a cave. He's like, I know who's really behind Bitcoin. And he goes, and once the truth comes out about who's really behind it, it's going to go to fucking zero. Ride or die. Israel, literally. Yeah, could be. Should we watch on the 1 minute just for a little bit more excitement? Could you liquidate and get in later once it's dipped enough? I mean, you could do whatever you want, I suppose. You could do whatever you want, I suppose. The all-time high of Bitcoin was on my birthday, which is unfortunate. $120-point stop. Yeah, I know. That's why I have 2 micros on. I entered off the 5-minute chart, and I didn't use a limit order because chat always gets mad at me when I use a limit order. My limit order would have been beautiful. We'll see what happens, though. Yeah, so, I mean, we got everything we wanted today as far as, like, all right, we wanted to see a rebalance on the 4-hour. So that's why we framed shorts earlier here into this OTE part of the range from yesterday, OTE area. And then we obviously waited for structure to form, support, to find support in this area to then potentially seek higher prices. So it's really what we're doing. So obviously, if this fails, then we're probably going much lower, and we're actually going to see today's London high probably act as the high of the week, and then we'll probably look to aim for 25,180. Right, if it fails, so. Lucid's the best 50K accounts right now. I mean, Lucid's good. TRADEIFY is good too. I mean, the select accounts are great. Yeah, I mean, they're very, very similar, right? I don't think you can really go wrong either or. I forgot to promote this yet, but the 150K select accounts are actually on 40% off right now, but also with TRADEIFY. But then with Lucid, it's 40% off 5 uses. If you haven't used Lucid before, first 5 uses, 40% off all evals as well. So. One hour low, yeah. Obviously, the as far as just the 1 hour structure goes, prefer to see this 50% of the previous hourly wick support. If not, it's probably GG's. Thank you, Jordan. Much appreciated. Any thoughts on Bolt Fund X futures? I have no thoughts on that at the moment. I'm not familiar with it. $50K all in, 99 bucks. Well, the 50K all in on Lucid's like 91. What is it on? Let's see. I forget off the top of my head what it is on TRADEIFY. $50K select. All-in cost would be 111. That's for the select account, and then for the growth, it's 97. And then the 50K flex on Lucid is 91, I want to say. And with the little extra promo that they're running right now, I think it's even a little bit less than that, like 78. I like select because then you can choose between flex or daily payouts. I think flex accounts probably the best option, but for most people, some people might prefer daily. The only reason you would go with growth is because you can pass in one day if you care about passing your eval as fast as possible. The select has a consistency, so you have, the quickest you can pass it is in 3 days. So that's what I would say. If you prioritize quick passing the eval in 1 day, you might go with growth. But if that's not your main priority, then I would recommend the select. Moment of truth, boys. Moment of truth. Just swept this internal low at 50% of this hourly wick. Let's see if we can get price to rally here. Patience, man. We've been patient. See, this is what you're always afraid of when you do these market executions. When you do it, obviously, you're kind of like hoping price just continues running fast. But the time you do market execute, we just fucking sit here and chop around. Being in this trade for 7 years, honestly, it could be. That's fine with me as long as it goes as long as it goes up. Maybe not 7 years. I'll give it like 7. Well, I can't even give it 7 hours. That's too much time. As long as it goes up though. As long as it goes up. If we can trade up to a new high, I'm thinking that I could be good as well to move stop to this new low here. And then once we get 50% retrace, go break even. Seven 15-minute candles. There you go. That'll work, Anthony. Yeah, as long as I'll give it 7 15-minute candles. Honestly, we could do 7 30-minute candles if it needed to, but as long as it goes up without going to stop loss. Probably don't want to see it totally just disrespected inverse here, to be honest, on the 1 minute. That'd be a bad sign. Especially since we're kind of now generating some trend line liquidity here. Inversed it on the 1. Still holding for now. If we see it start to like kind of expand quickly through this low, I probably will kill it. Oh, you finally got it issued, Anthony? Nice. What firm was it for again? Funded X? The hell's that? The hell? See if these have been speaking to you. Anthony, what the fuck? Just when you think you know a person. Trade Locker is goated. Yeah, if you're if you're using it to scam people like TJR. Hey, Bella. Bella, are you still in Florida? Florida? Or no? You are? How long are you in Florida for? Bella, you're missing tofu. What's tofu doing while you're gone? In longs too, Cookie? Yeah, I don't know. I might, honestly, it might cut this if it's not going to, if it starts like quickly expanding toward stop, I might just cut it off here. We're just accumulating right now at this low, so. Might need a little bit more time. Freezing? Oh yeah, it's cold. Isn't it cold in Florida right now? Yeah, it was like 20 something degrees. Florida temp. No, it says Florida 61. Is that right? Yeah, it was like 20, yeah, 61 degrees right now. It was like 24 degrees in Florida. The heck? So what is that? If you guys that live in Florida, you guys got backyard pools? When it was 24 degrees, did your guys' pools freeze? Or was it not like cold long enough? Yeah, I'm holding on to it for now. Trying to be as patient with it as I can. But we are just sideways now, accumulating. Peace out, Cookie. Just entered short. Yeah, I'm thinking about killing this trade here shortly. I'm just worried about us running another new low here. This would be the AM session lows. So we'll see here. I think if we get a candle closure below this low here, I'll probably kill the trade. Unless we just get a flush and it just instantly tanks. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it there. Flat out. I don't know if this copied or not, to be honest. I'll have to. It still says. Oh, I don't think it copied. Really? Look at this, boys. It did not copy. That's a. Well, it's not. I shouldn't say it's a bummer. It's a bummer that it just didn't copy, but it's not a bummer because it was. It was a red outcome, not a green outcome. So, I guess that's actually not the worst case scenario. I have to reconnect my connections here, I think, though. All right, well. So, just a little recap. The, obviously, trade of the day was this short. Wanted the inversion on ES and NQ here. Basically, just did not market execute right at the close of that candle. Therefore, did not get this run down to rebalance or OTE. So I personally missed out on the shorts. A lot of you guys did end up catching it. We just SMT'd this low. ES just took out the AM session lows. We'll see if NQ wants to follow suit. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, yeah, man, if we lose this area and we quickly move lower, it's hard to not actually think that this bullish narrative here from yesterday was just one big manipulation to then see much lower prices. You're holding it? I mean, good luck, man. I'll rejoin it later if it's going to hold, but whether it's chop or whether it's just offside altogether, I guess we'll find out shortly, but yeah, man. Just a little bit of a bummer that we missed out that on the short there. That would have been just a one and done. Or I should speak for myself. Obviously, blessing is did not copy all my accounts on this apparently, so a happy accident. A happy accident. So anyway, I will see, boys. I'm not sure. Just gotta let structure form here, and then try to pick the next draw a little bit later. We got what is it? 11:25 right now. So we got lunch starting in like 35 minutes, and obviously the government shutdown vote. ChatGPT claimed that it was going to be around 11:30, which is in the next 5 minutes, potentially, is like the first round of votes. And then the second round of votes would be around like 2:15 this afternoon. So I guess just be a little bit mindful of the afternoon session. I guess we're going to see potentially around 11:30 or lunchtime if there's any sort of reaction or not. But otherwise, yeah, man. I'll keep you guys updated on X. I'll post about it, or I'll try to get it recorded too if I do take anything later. I still, like I said, I do want to favor upside until this really fails. If it accumulates, it accumulates. It is what it is. And can always rejoin the longs later, but I'm gonna stay bullish on this until it really flushes. So that's just gonna be my plan, man. I'm gonna be looking for higher. And honestly, if it happens like right after that, that's pretty nuts. But we'll see. All right, boys, I'm going to leave it there. I will see you guys back here tomorrow. I guess we will find out later today if this data is actually going to hit or not, depending on the government shutdown, if it gets upheld or if we actually reopen. Today's P&L is minus 300 on just one account. Did not copy trade. Happy accident. Should be green on the day, but the short was in a hurry. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Hit the like button on your way out if you would not mind. Enjoy the rest of your guys' Tuesday. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace and love, everybody. We'll talk to you later on.
Wake up early, coffee to my lips. Tyler trade streaming, giving us tips. The NASDAQ hustle riding up high. Charts on my playground, never ask you why. ICT moves, smart money flows. Precision like an arrow, yeah, that's how it goes. Stop loss is shaking, but I hold my ground. Payouts stacking while the beats pound. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trade lots now, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Tyler trades, yeah, he's calling the plays. Future's bright while the market sways. If you run it, we don't delay. Stack those wins every single day. Trader age every single day. Trendline snap, time to break the mold. Risk to reward, pure liquid gold. Liquidity grabs, making it rain. I'm in sync with Tyler, bringing the gain. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age. Party lights, flashing charts on the screen. Profit targets hidden, living the dream. Man of the hour, Tyler takes the stage. ICT king, ruling the day trader age.